Hey there, and welcome back to Crystal Talks. It is Cynthia and Katie here with an amazing witchy stone for you today. Stones full of so much magic, so much power, and just kind of flowing that magic to you. This stone has a Sanskrit name, Mani, and it means the fire pearl. So, really, really special stone. Cynthia, tell us what we're talking about today.
The beautiful green Moldavite. Fascinating stone.
It is fascinating to look at, also.
Mhm.
It has so much depth to it, so much like there's just so much there in that stone. It aligns with Persephone, the Greek goddess of spring, and Gaia, the Greek earth mother goddess, the element of earth, and the heart, third eye, and crown chakras. And I really just want to point out for a second that we talked about these witchy stones. Last night was Numa, and this week is Moldavite, and both align with the element of earth. And sometimes I think we forget that really to tap into that magic, to step into those high vibrations, you need that grounding energy of earth, because the more grounded you are, the higher you can vibrate up, the higher you can raise up. And so that really makes these stones super, super powerful. Cynthia, tell us what kind of benefits come along with Moldavite.
This again, like Numite last week, is a very, very high vibrational stone. You'll understand more about that, I think, when Katie talks about the fascinating origins of where this stone was born. It's called the stone of transformation, which again gives you a clue as to the powers and the power of this beautiful, beautiful green crystal. It has a very, very strong ability to speed up your personal and your spiritual evolution. It's not another one of those that's a bridge between the earthly world and our celestial world. Bridging those spiritual and physical realms, it provides a channel for the higher knowledge and that transformative energy that it gets its nickname from. It's a very positive stone. It kind of makes, if you look at it, it kind of makes you happy. It's not only interesting visually, but the color is very beautiful and very earth-like. It has the ability to counteract cynicism. So, people that have kind of gotten about life, it boosts that ability to recognize and appreciate the wonders of the universe and nature. It helps ease doubts, and it calms worries, particularly about money worries, and it opens your intuition, your thought process to new ways to solve whatever that is that's worrying you about, particularly about money. Again, it's one that helps unlock that third eye and strengthen your intuitive abilities. It also, again, it increases your frequency of those wonderful little helpful synchronicities that we have in life. And of course, with it, our good luck. Physically, it supports overall healing, both emotionally and physically. Of course, we know they're tied together. And it supports tissue regeneration, just like Numite from last week. It's useful as a tool for diagnosing whatever the ailment is. It's going to throw light into shadow corners that might not have been considered before because they were kind of hidden, and it'll help bring out whatever the issues are. And then after that, you helped you find out what the problems are. It's going to support the releasing and the healing process. It's found to be especially helpful for issues of gout, anything with your eyes, diseases of the respiratory tract, and allergies or rashes. And it can also be very, very useful for assisting the body in overcoming flu and anemia. And last but certainly not least, it slows down the aging process and supports mental clarity. So, wow. Right, Katie?
Wow, really? Yeah. Wow. And it's no surprise that it has all these amazing benefits. I mean, it's been a prized stone since the Stone Age. It was used for arrowheads, cutting tools, as well as spiritual talismans, amulets for good fortune, fertility, and protection. The Neolithic people of Eastern Europe wore Moldavite at least 25,000 years ago. The earliest known goddess statue, the famed Venus of Willendorf, was discovered in a digging site with a number of Moldavite amulets on it. So really, this has been such a powerful stone used throughout history in Czech lore, which is where this stone is found in the Czech Republic and Slovakia. And nearly all of the theories, all the scientists agree. Now, their theories differ, but they nearly all agree that it was formed in coincidence with the crash of a large meteorite approximately 14.8 million years ago in the Bohemian Plateau. So really such an amazing stone with some really great history in Czech lore. Like I started saying, then I went off onto this is where it came from. It is a betrothal gift to bring harmony to marital relations, and for centuries has been used in jewelry, religious items, and spiritual transformation. And throughout the Middle Ages, Moldavite was a highly prized stone, so highly prized that only nobility or royalty were allowed to wear it. And then in later centuries was quite popularly worn in pendants and adornments in men's walking sticks. So it's really such a powerful stone. It's also associated with the Holy Grail, associated with the Philosopher stone, which is the Grail of alchemists, and for its qualities of transformation and youth and longevity. So really, really an amazing stone. It has been drawn together with the jewel of Tibet, the stone of Shambhala, which is believed to have a celestial origin of the constellation of Orion. So it really has kind of these powerful legends and lores and connections to it that you get to experience when you hold a Moldavite stone. So really, really these amazing benefits that Cynthia shared, this great history, and then these like legends and lore that really just tie even more magic to it, which is so, so amazing. And mantras you can pair with Moldavite are I am available and ready to walk the true path of my life. I spark the spiritual fire within and ignite with purpose. Really, really such a powerful stone. Cynthia, tell us how else we can use Moldavite.
It's a great one to hold during meditation to strengthen your understanding of those messages that are coming through from your guardian angels and your spirit guides. It's not recommended during sleep. It is so powerful that it does not promote restful sleep even after you get used to it. But during meditation, it's amazing for that. However, even if you can't use it for sleep work during sleep, for dream recall, lucid dream recall is a great way to use it. It's a very great support for creativity, for helping to unblock whatever's standing in your way of that creativity. So anytime you're journaling or you're doing a creative activity, keep it nearby. Interestingly enough, it's also very, very helpful to star children who have trouble adjusting to the suffering and the deep emotions that are around them in this world that they may have chosen to be here, but they still have difficulty, adjusting to those emotions, those feelings that they see around them. And of course, if you can find small pieces, it's great to use in your roller bottles with your essential oils to work together.
Absolutely. And Cynthia said, meditating with Moldavite is a great way to strengthen that understanding, messages from guardian angels and spirit guides. It's a great way to expand your consciousness, to connect to universal source, to connect to those guides, and really get those messages, understanding of them, clarity with them. You can also pair Moldavite with yoga poses that are grounding, like downward dog, mountain pose, or tree pose, to support that ascension, that leveling up, that high vibration. And I know Cynthia's got some great essential oils to pair with Moldavite, so share those with us too, Cynthia.
Well, as usual, pick your intention that you want to work with the crystals. And I'm going to emphasize here, because I didn't do it earlier, when you're working with Moldavite, keep something grounding nearby, a grounding stone, black tourmaline, black obsidian, any of those stones that they're grounding, or you're grounding essential oils. Your tree oils in general are very, grounding. Keep those nearby in case you start to feel lightheaded, particularly when you start working with it. Okay, back to what I was supposed to talk about, which was essential oils. Pick your intention, and if you want to develop your intuition, then you might start with clary sage, litsea, or blue tansy. That dream recall work that we talked about are going to be boosted by clary sage, rose, and sandalwood. Spiritual connection, if that's what you're working to deepen, then go with arborvitae, manuka, or sandalwood. If you're working on that inner wisdom, then frankincense or Douglas fir are going to be great ones. Clarity, again, this stone helps you find that clarity of your purpose, and that can be boosted by rosemary, lemon, spearmint, or the focus blend. If you're working on it for the calm, then lavender, Roman chamomile, patchouli, and sandalwood help with that inner calm. If you need that optimism, that working against the cynicism, look at melissa, tangerine, or bergamot. Tissue regeneration are going to be supported by frankincense or the cellular complex, and overall healing by helichrysum, jasmine, geranium, or your rose oil. So those are places to start. Certainly, listen to what your body says, listen to your intuition. That's going to be your true source of wisdom for yourself, is those, that message that comes through to you. Anything in particular there that calls to you today, Katie?
I don't know. The focus blend is kind of sticking out to me. It's definitely one of my favorite blends, and clarity sounds pretty good right now. So I'm going to go with the focus blend and a Moldavite stone. Cynthia, I'm going to need you to get me a Moldavite stone too.
Okay, well, I'll be on the search.
I'm going to need one of those. And listener, if you would like a PDF with all this information we've talked about today about Moldavite, just drop a comment below. If you want a Moldavite stone, let us know. We are in the search and we will find one for you. So we would love to hear from you if you want a Moldavite stone. And thanks for being here today. We will be back next week with some spooky Halloween fun crystals and stones. So we'll see you then.